Hey folks, so it's been a little bit since I've had a chance to do any kind of an update video on how things are going here at Casa De Loco. I think I did the intro video probably what, 3 years ago now, something like that. I haven't been sitting on my laurels since then. I've been pretty busy. I just haven't had the time or the urge or whatever you want to call it to do any filming. So I figured I'd go ahead and update you guys on kind of what's going on. So at this point, I've been talking to my daughter, and she got divorced a couple of years ago. She's been paying off her bills and stuff, living where she's living, and she's decided that she wants to go on the road, and she wants to get a bus and do some stuff and what have you, and kind of explore the country, do her thing. So I told her that what she could do is move up here, and I've got enough space here and what have you, that whatever she decides to buy, whether it's a bus or a van or whatever, that she can bring it on up here and park it. Nobody's going to really give her a lot of grief or anything here, and we can work on it together, kind of a father-daughter thing, kind of make up for some lost time from when she was younger and whatnot, and you know, going through divorce and everything. So she's going to be moving up here at the end of this month, and helping me out to work on things and to clear some things out up here, which is nice, because I've been doing this pretty much you know, just the three of us, me, myself, and I, for a while now, and you know, it's been what it is, and I'm ready to kind of have some help. I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's going to be an interesting kind of thing with the two of us, getting used to one another again and that sort of thing. But anyway, I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on how things have been going here and what I've been up to here. So give me just a second, and I'm going to turn this camera around and give you guys a little bit of a view of what's going on. So I'm standing in what is the front yard of my property, and I don't know if you guys remember just how overgrown this place was, but as you can see, I came in with a skid steer, and I tore out a bunch of this brush and knocked some of the small junk trees and what have you down. There was a couple of campers and an old tractor parked here in the front yard, and I've managed to move them, and we're going to see what we can do with them and what have you. But yeah, I've actually got almost a little bit of a front yard now. You know, I'm sure my neighbors just love me, but you know, it is the country. It is what it is. And you know, it's a lot better than when I inherited it. So yeah, so you know, we're kind of getting some of this cleared out, what have you. You know, the plan is basically to kind of restore the place, get the fences back up, get you know, maybe some goats or something on the property to help clear some of this brush, and to kind of maybe sort of turn a profit. So at the beginning of that intro video forever and a day ago, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a 40-foot sea container sitting here, and it was full of stuff. Well, I got it all cleaned out, got all the stuff out of it, and then the question became, well, what the hell am I going to do with this sea container? So what I did, the main reason I had rented that skid steer is that I wanted to move that sea container. So what I ended up doing is I moved it from where it was over to underneath these oak trees here. They, you know, in the summertime, it's a really nice shady spot here and stuff. And my intention is I'm slowly but surely turning this sea container into a workshop. So I don't know how well we can see in here. It's getting there. I'm gonna put in shelves on this right-hand side, which is the south-facing side. I'm gonna put in windows. I've got the windows and stuff. They're floor-to-ceiling jalousie windows, so that you can have some light and some ventilation in here. And this is going to eventually be excuse me, a workshop. I will I'll do a little bit more video on that later when I get a little, excuse me, a little closer. But it's gonna, you know, I'm gonna get wired, get lights in it, what have you. In the meantime, as a bit of a treat to myself, this popped up on Facebook one day, and I decided to pick it up. I had a bug. Well, actually I've had 3 bugs, I guess, at this point, including this one. This will be my 5th V-dub. I grew up with a V-dub. I drove a V-dub camper, to split window 69 camper to school, what have you. And I wanted one, and it popped up on Facebook on the marketplace there, so I picked it up for a song, and I'm gonna fix it up. So this was the tractor that was sitting in the front yard. I drug it out. We're gonna see if we can get a runner. It's an old Farmall H, and see what kind of condition it actually turns out to be in. I know all the hoses and wiring are probably shot, but you know, it is what it is. So this is that container. Ladder up to the roof because the roof leaked a bit. So I got myself some rubberized paint, and I scrubbed off all this roof, got all the rust that I could get off of it, what have you. And then I went and I rubberized painted this whole roof. A little hard to see because the sun's kind of setting, but yeah, so that's that. The plan for up here is I'm going to build a deck up here. It's a nice little spot to kind of just hang out and do what have you. And there's this A-frame that's right next door, and I figured out the other day, I got one of those little projectors from Walmart for movies and stuff, and it's at the right angle and at the right distance that I can sit out here and have movies and invite a bunch of people over and hang out, and we're gonna play movies on it. I'm gonna paint the side of it white, get it all fixed up a little bit so we can watch movies. We're gonna hang out up here on the deck. So, you know, what the heck, right? I got it. I might as well use it. Might as well make the best of it and have fun with it. You know, you only live once. So these are the windows that are eventually going in the side of this sucker so that I can have a workshop. This far end, I'm going to put a set of double doors in and build out a deck out here so that I'll be able to, you know, work on stuff and what have you. The rest of it is going to be just the windows. So like I said, the last couple of years I've been doing this primarily on my own. I had some help for a little while. Well, help really isn't the operative word, I guess. I had someone here that was supposed to help in exchange for space to store an RV and space to live and, you know, what have you. She was going to help me out and whatnot, and in exchange for a room and board kind of thing, and kind of didn't work out, unfortunately. After a year, it really was not working out, so I asked her to leave, and you know, I didn't get a whole lot of help and what have you anyway, so, you know, it didn't work. So essentially it's been me doing it. This is the camper that I managed to pull out of the front yard. It's full of stuff. We're gonna work on getting it emptied out. One of the things my daughter's been doing is she's been doing a lot of reselling online, and she's been doing very good for herself. And you know, I'm retired, so I've got a fixed income, what have you, so I'm kind of dirt rich and money poor, but I want to help her out with this bus project. So what we've decided is we're going to go through the house, and all the stuff that I inherited, you know, from my mom and my grandparents and what have you, that I got, you know, dumped on me, we're gonna sell it, and the money that we make off of that is going to go towards her bus project. So it's going to help me to get rid of the stuff around this place, get this place cleared out, and at the same time kind of help her financially in a way that I can't necessarily help her, you know, just straight out of my bank account. So I gotta get firewood for the winter. I haven't done that yet. I gotta make a trip and go get firewood and get it hauled over here. But that's you know, for my firewood. I can put 3 cords of wood in there, and that gets me through the winter. This whole place being what it is, no insulation, what have you. If I were to heat it with conventional forced air oil heat, it was costing me about $3 grand a year for heat. I can heat, you know, the parts of the house that I use for the entire winter for about 400 to 600 bucks in firewood. No brainer. I'm gonna do that in a heartbeat. I've been getting stuff cut back. It doesn't look like it right now because it's fall and everything's kind of gotten away from me because of another project I've been up to. But the grapevines have all been kind of uncovered and resurrected. I started a new set, put up a new set of arbors for grapevines that I'm gonna get to in the spring. I'll take you down in a little while in a different video down to the pasture. I opted to go ahead and get bees again this year, so I've got to do one last visit on them before the winter weather turns really nasty, so we're gonna get down there and do that. But because my daughter's been working on coming up here, I've been working on trying to get a lot of stuff kind of done inside the house. I don't know if you remember, the raccoons really did a number on my ceilings. Well, I know it's been 3 years, but you can see the holes in the ceilings. That's where I've been tracing wires. Not only did they tear these ceilings down, but they tore up a whole lot of the wiring up in the eaves. So, you know, I've been doing that. That's been the bulk of what I've been doing. So I got all the wiring fixed here in the bathroom, and I finally got all the drywall up. So next it's tape and plaster. One of the things they did do is there's a main beam that runs through the house here, and they did a number on it. They chewed through part of it, what have you. So I'm in the process of repairing that. It's a wood hardener and filler product. It's supposed to be pretty good. At some point I'm going to have to come in from the other side and run a steel plate down there to reinforce that from the other side. I'm going to do the same from this side. But before I do that, I got to get this all filled and what have you. But yeah, so that's the majority of what I've been up to for the last couple of years is you know, getting this all done, getting all this wiring replaced, all the way in through here and into the parlor and things like that. That, you know, it was what it was. I don't know if you remember for the original video, the living room, it's a little bit of a mess right now. I'm doing laundry and stuff. But this place was completely full in here. I was sleeping on the couch and had no room. Now the bedrooms are cleaned out upstairs. The living room's been cleaned out for the most part. Team Rocket is doing well. Gosh, I guess they're almost 14 years old now. Ralph has still got some breathing issues and stuff from when he had heartworms, but these guys are doing good. They've been a lot of company and what have you. Hi, buddy, Mr. Ralph. How you doing, Miss Rhonda? Ralph and Rhonda, they were a rescue. They were a breeding pair that somebody dumped when they got heartworms, and they were in pretty bad shape. And now they lay around and sleep on the couch all day, and then get real excited to go to bed at night and go sleep with Dad. So, you know, so yeah, so that's what's been happening in my life. I've still got a little bit of work on some wiring up here. You can see where they've completely eaten away the insulation and the wiring and stuff, and I've got to fix that. But you know, it's getting there, a little at a time. And like I say, my daughter's coming, and I'm gonna get a good bit of help from her, and we'll go from there. So there we go. So like I said, I just, you know, it's been a little while. I haven't really had the chance to do one of these updates or anything for a couple of years, and like I say, I've been pretty busy and pretty of a mind not to do them and what have you. But just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up on what's going on. You know, with my daughter coming up here and what have you, I'll be able to, you know, I'll have somebody else to help lift stuff and things like that. So it's going to make it a lot easier on my part to get things done. my son and his wife have been, you know, doing some of the same stuff down at their place. They're property owners now and property managers. They bought a place and it's got 2 apartments and their house that they're renting out, and they're changing over tenants right now. So they're doing a lot of the same stuff I'm doing to change over from their old tenants to places. You know, the tenants have been there for a number of years, and now that they're gone, they're fixing the places up, and they're busting their asses down there. And I gotta say, they're really kind of doing well for themselves. Pretty proud of all 3 of my kids, technically speaking. I guess my daughter-in-law, and then my son and my daughter. You know, they're people talk about younger generation and stuff, and you know, it is what it is. Some of them are lazy, some of them aren't, and my kids, thankfully, are not. They're busting their asses too. So I guess, you know, they got some right raisins somewhere along the line. You know, I'm gonna try and get down there and see them. I got down a couple of years ago to visit with them and stuff. We talk on the phone, and we, you know, keep in touch on Facebook and stuff. But it's been a year or two since I've had a chance to get down there to see them. So hopefully, you know, with my daughter being up here, I'll have somebody that'll be able to watch the house for me, and you know, that sort of thing, and I'll be able to, you know, leave this place to go down there and what have you, and we'll get things figured out, and you know, go from there. But like I say, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on things, and you know, I'm gonna try and start getting back to doing these a little bit more, and we'll go from there. So I'll talk to you guys later, and hopefully have more for you later. All right, bye.